Apartment 509. After he finishes university, Ken Fujimoto gets a job with a car company. It is in a city far from his hometown, so his new boss says he will help Ken find an apartment. Before he starts his new job, Ken's boss sends him an email. "I found an apartment for you. It is in an old apartment building. The apartment is small, but it is close to our office, and it is cheap." The first night in his new city, Ken stays in a hotel near the railway station. The next day his new boss, Mr. Matsui, takes him to see the apartment. Ken likes it very much. It is on the 5th floor of an old apartment building. There is one large room with a kitchen and a bathroom. Outside is a balcony. "I can dry my clothes and put my garbage on the balcony," thinks Ken. "It is good for one person," says Ken to Mr. Matsui. "It is very convenient. Thank you for finding it for me." "You are welcome," answers Mr. Matsui. "It is difficult to find cheap apartments in this city. I think I was lucky to find this one." Ken moves into apartment 509 on a Friday, at the beginning of April. He is pleased. "I have the weekend free to buy the things I need, and to arrange my apartment." A small truck comes on Saturday morning with a desk, a chair, a bookcase, and other things for the apartment. Ken's mother sent them from Ken's hometown. Ken goes out to buy a rice cooker and curtains. He finishes arranging the things in his apartment on Saturday night. Before he goes to bed, Ken writes his name on a small piece of paper and goes down to the mailboxes at the entrance to the apartments. He puts the paper on the mailbox for apartment 509. "Now the postman can put my letters in the right box," he thinks. Ken looks at the box for apartment 508. The name on the box is Kaori Ishida. "My neighbor is a woman," thinks Ken. "I hope she is pretty and friendly. I don't know anyone in this city. I hope I can make some new friends." On Sunday morning, Ken cooks breakfast and sits at his small table to eat it. He looks around the room. "It looks very nice," he thinks, "but I need some pictures on the walls. Then it will be perfect. I will go out and buy a picture today." Ken walks to the shopping center and looks in all the stores. He finds a poster in a video game store. The poster shows the characters from Ken's favorite PlayStation action game. "That will look good on the wall of my apartment," he thinks. "I will hang it above my table next to the kitchen area." Ken cannot use tape on the walls of his apartment, so he also buys a poster hanger. When Ken gets back to his apartment, he moves the table so he can hang the poster. "How high shall I hang it?" He looks at the wall. "That's strange," he thinks. "There's a small hole in the wall." He puts his eye to the hole. "I can see into the next apartment. Kaori Ishida lives in the next apartment. I should not look into her apartment," thinks Ken. "It is very bad." He hangs the poster over the hole. He puts the table back. "I'll go for a bike ride and see the city," he thinks. "When I come back, I will play video games. I have to work tomorrow." Ken likes his new job, but he is lonely. All the people in the office of the car company are very nice, but they are older than him. Ken misses his family. He misses his friends from university and from his hometown. He never sees Kaori from apartment 508. He never sees any laundry on her balcony. It seems the apartment is empty. One night in June, Ken is sitting at the table eating noodles. He is tired and bored. He doesn't want to listen to music. He doesn't want to watch TV. He doesn't want to play video games. I want a friend. He thinks, I want to go to a bar and chat. I want to have fun. Then Ken hears music. It is coming from behind the poster on the wall. He listens hard. What is that song? I don't know it. Ken stands up. He moves the table very quietly. He takes the poster down. He looks through the hole in the wall. Ken sees a woman dancing. She is wearing a long dress. It is light pink and very beautiful. She has long black hair. He can't see her face. That must be Kaori, he thinks. She is young. I am sure she is pretty. I want to meet her. The woman is a very good dancer. Ken feels happy. Ken watches her for a long time, then the music stops, and the woman moves away. Ken can't see her anymore. He feels cold and tired. He looks at the time on his smartphone. I have been watching her for 2 hours. He thinks. This is crazy. And it is wrong. I must not do it again. Ken puts the poster and the table back. He makes some tea and drinks it. Then he goes to bed. The next night, Ken hears the music again. He looks through the hole again. He knows it is wrong, but he can't stop. Every night, Ken hears the music, and every night he watches the woman dancing. Sometimes she dances until midnight. Ken is always tired. He does not work well at the office. His boss is angry. Ken sometimes makes mistakes because he is sleepy. Ken tries to stop watching the dancing woman, but when she is dancing, he feels very happy. It is like a drug. He can't stop. He wants to see her face, but he can never see it. One night, Ken waits for the music to begin. But there is no music. He looks through the hole in the wall. The room is dark. He can't see anything. Ken is very sad. Ken does not hear any music for many nights. He starts living a normal life. He meets a girl. She works in the video shop. He asks her out on a date. He works hard at his job. His boss is pleased. After 3 months, Ken's life is good. Then one night he hears the music again. I will not look. He thinks. I will not listen. He puts on his earphones so he can't hear the music. But it is no good. The music is different this time. It sounds angry. He takes down the poster and looks through the hole in the wall. The woman is dancing again. She turns and Ken sees her face. Aha! Ken shouts and falls to the floor. The next morning, Mr. Matsui is very surprised. Ken is not in the office. Maybe he is sick, thinks Mr. Matsui. He calls Ken, but Ken does not answer his phone. Mr. Matsui goes to Ken's apartment. He rings the doorbell. There is no answer. Mr. Matsui is worried. What should I do? He thinks. He calls Ken's family. They don't know anything. Mr. Matsui calls the owner of the apartment building. The owner brings a key to the apartment. Mr. Matsui and the owner unlock the door and go into Ken's apartment. Ken is lying on the floor. He is dead. The building owner calls the police. 2 policemen come. One is a senior policeman, the other is very young. It is his first job. The policemen look at Ken's body. How did he die? Asks the young policeman. I don't know, says the old policeman. But it is very strange. I came to this apartment last year. It was the same story. A man died in this apartment. He was young and healthy, but he died. The doctors did not know why. Maybe this time the doctors will find out the reason. Mr. Matsui and the building owner are waiting outside the apartment. The policemen come to talk to them. The older policeman tells them the medical team will come. Mr. Matsui tells the policeman Ken's name and hometown address. The policemen say they will talk to Ken's family. Then the younger policeman talks to the owner of the building. This apartment will be empty. I am looking for an apartment. Is it cheap? The older policeman is surprised. A man died in here. Why do you want to live here? The young policeman says, but it is okay. I will be fine. What could happen to me?